a free emote, and 4 crazy new gadgets, and you get to decide which ones come in game first. That's right, let's do it. Before we go over the gadgets, how exactly are you guys going to be able to decide which ones go in game first? Well, the Brawl Stars team is hosting a poll on Twitter allowing you to vote for which of these 4 gadgets you want to appear in game first, and the top 2 results will appear in game this Friday, and you can start to unlock them. But which one should you vote for? Well, let's go over the gadgets. Oh, and honestly, all of these gadgets are really unique, so this is probably going to be a pretty tough vote. Let's start off with Nita and her new gadget, Fox Fur, which whenever you use this gadget, as long as you have a bear on the field, you can't use it. Otherwise, your bear will get a shield for 3 seconds, and it shields 35% of damage. Take a look in Training Cave here. I mean, it's basically as simple as it sounds. The shield appears around it, the bear gets even more roly-poly. I mean, it's not bad. Now, it definitely doesn't sound overpowered, and I don't think it's going to be, but in my opinion, this is probably going to become the better gadget, and it's also going to make the other star power for Nita, bear with me, become the preferred star power for Nita. With the nerfs to bear paws, I honestly think this new gadget for Nita combined with Nita's healing star power is going to make a return of a super tanky bear, and it's going to make it really difficult for you to kill that bear with the shield and the healing combined with it to make this bear a very tanky object and push enemies back from the map. It's going to make it a good gadget in Brawl Ball for allowing you to get close to the goal. It's going to be good in Jump Grab for allowing you to get control of the map. And honestly, in most game modes, probably with the exception of Heist, I think this new gadget might be the preferred gadget to use, especially if you do have Bear With Me and use that. Of course, Hyper Bear I think is too good to not use in Heist, but even in Siege, taking control of the map to get more bolts, you want to have that super tanky bear is going to be really good. In Hot Zone, getting control of a zone and pushing enemies away from it, having a super tanky bear that's hard to kill is going to be a really good way to do that. Even in Showdown, it might be a not bad thing just to make sure you stay alive with something very threatening. Hyper Bear will still be definitely usable, especially with Bear Claws, but those combos are going to be very different now, and they're going to be very obvious which star power you want which gadget for. If you're using Hyper Bear, you're always going to want Bear Paws, and if you're using Bear With Me, you're always going to want this new tanky gadget for Nita. Overall, I rate this an A tier gadget. It's definitely solid. It's not overpowered. Now the next new gadget, wait, what is it called?
System error.
Now the next new gadget goes to Darryl, and his new gadget is called Tar Barrel, and it is good. Darryl creates a slowing area around himself for 4 seconds. Here we are in Training Cave, and it moves around with you, and that's partially what's gonna make this gadget so good, but also how long it lasts. For example, you go ahead, use the gadget, you roll in on an enemy, and they cannot escape. That combined with rolling reload is gonna make it very easy for Darryl to possibly get multiple kills, especially if you have some healing, like a Poco on your team. Darryl is gonna be a super tank. Especially when you compare how overall mediocre Darryl's other gadget is, this new gadget is amazing, and it's gonna be better in every single game mode except Heist, where you do want that extra damage to use on the safe, but every other mode, the other gadget is definitely going to be better, and the main reason is because it'll be much easier to get 3 high value gadgets, able to get kills every single game you use them. The other gadget can definitely have some uses, but it's very hard to always get 3 high value gadget uses. With this slowing effect, which lasts for 4 seconds, which in my opinion is probably too long, and it's honestly more than needed, this new gadget is going to be so good for Darryl, combined with rolling reload. Not only will enemies not be able to escape, but you'll be able to dish out so much damage. The only other mode I would maybe consider using his first gadget is possibly like in Solo Showdown, if you're a very passive player and you just want that extra supercharge to have more supers to roll away and escape or something like that. Okay, gadget number 3 is going to be
Yikes.
it's Rattled Hive, and this gadget is also very, very amazing. B unleashes 3 angry bees that circle away from her, dealing more damage the further they get, up to 1,000 damage. Now take a look in Training Cave here. You go ahead, you start it out, it starts close to B, and it slowly goes further and further away, and look at that, it can hit every person multiple times, and of course, you can keep on attacking while you're using it. Take a look here over these guys, and you can see the damage potential with this gadget is insane, and I already think it's gonna need a nerf just because it seems like you can get too many hits with it. But the one thing I will say is it is a bit slow to ramp up, and you might not exactly be able to aim it very well since it is something that, you know, has such a wide radius and continues to move further and further away from you. Oh, and by the way, it can go around walls and through walls like you can see. So you really can't avoid this either. And as you probably guessed, this is definitely an S tier gadget, maybe S plus tier. It's honestly, it seems really insane. We'll have to see how it works against live opponents, because the one thing I will say, the one weakness about this gadget is that it is slow to ramp up. So you will see it coming and you will possibly be able to get out of the way. So it might also be something that you use ahead of time in order to try and get hits with it, because it's not an immediate gadget like a lot of other ones are. If you're in a pinch and you need immediate damage, unless the enemy is right next to you, it's not going to start damaging them right away or very fast. So it might be something used ahead of time to maybe even try to scare an enemy away or try to take control of an objective. That could definitely be a very good use of it, or even just to try to get that hit ahead of time because you know you need to get within range. So we'll have to see if this becomes a gadget that is more like a scare enemies away type of gadget, but my expectation is that it won't be, because the range of it is honestly very large and the overall radius of it is just insane. The damage, because it can hit enemies multiple times and hit multiple enemies, it's just going to be completely overpowered in my opinion. Now before we go over how to get the free emote, the other new gadget goes to Sprout, and his new gadget is called Transplant, and this is a very interesting one. Sprout destroys his current hedge, his super, but will instantly have his super charged full again. So for example, take a look right here. You go ahead, you throw down your super, and whenever you want throughout the super's duration, as long as it's up, you can go ahead and press your gadget and it will instantly be destroyed and you will have it right back and you can go ahead and use it again. But if you think about it, it takes Sprout 5 hits in order to charge up that super. So if you go ahead, you do 4 hits, and then you go ahead and you use your gadget, well, you only got 1 extra hit back. So you have to think about when to use this. I'm not entirely sure how great this gadget is going to be. It's definitely interesting, and there's a lot of possibilities with it, but you can see, you can definitely get those 5 hits back throughout it. Throughout the duration of that super. Now maybe there are cases where you're not going to be able to get those hits and you know, okay, I'm going to want to get my super back right away, and I need to heal up or something, so I don't want to be attacking. Once the super is about to expire, I will go ahead and I will use my gadget and get it right back. And interestingly, if you go ahead and you chain back-to-back supers for all of your gadgets, you're actually able to put up a wall on one area of the map for almost 30 seconds. Of course, there is a little bit of lag time in between each wall as you got to replace it, but you can just completely block off an area of the map for 30 seconds around that, which is really insane. And this is where I think there are definite possibilities with this gadget, but honestly, Sprout's other gadget is so good. Whenever you're in grass, you can heal up 2,000 health. That's a really powerful gadget. The only exception, of course, is if you're on a map that doesn't have much grass, well, obviously you're going to want this new gadget. But overall, while I do think this gadget has potential, it seems more like a C tier, maybe D tier gadget, just because I don't really think it's super needed, especially considering you can definitely charge up your super again while you already have a wall up, and even then it only might provide an extra couple hits of value for you. Now, how do you get the free emote? Well, it has to do with the World Finals. Well, there are going to be 3 offers in game for you to buy stuff to support the Brawl Stars Esports crowdfunding. One of them is going to have 5 emotes, another one is going to have Challenger Colt, and another one is going to be gems and coins. And I don't know how much of the revenue from that goes towards the World Finals prize pool, pool, but a decent amount of it will go towards it. Now, if you take a look, I said 5 emotes, but you'll also see there's way more than 5 trophy emotes. So what ones are you getting? Well, you're gonna get this one here, this one with the phone, the crying one, the rage one, and the sweat one. But of course, there are 3 other pins. So how do you get those? Well, the heart one will be given out to everyone who bought that $5 pack if the crowdfunding goal of 500,000 is reached. Now, I have no idea how realistic it is for that goal to be reached or not. It might be easy, it might be hard. I have zero idea. And the thumbs up emote will be given out for free if you tune into the World Finals. That's right. All you have to do is click on a link in-game, which will pop up in the news feed or just as a pop-up, and you just have to watch it, I believe, once throughout any of the World Finals, and everyone who does that will be giving this thumbs up trophy emote for free. And what about the final emote? Well, this is going to be the most exclusive emote in the game. It's actually only going to be given out to the world champions. What? I know, I'm already jealous. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out another great Brawl Stars video right over there. But thanks so much for watching. Hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll catch you later. Peace.